Hello everyone, it's Tim. I'm going to be doing a rift today on my Demon Hunter again, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. I scrapped my fire build for the purposes of this rift, and I really wanted to try out the Kridershot. Now I've had the Kridershot for a little while, have not had a lot of opportunity to mess around with it, so I thought this would be as good a time as any to kind of rework my build, throw some cold skills on there, take advantage of this awful set of frostburns that I found a long time ago, and just kind of see how it goes. So we'll be doing a Torment 3, maybe? I don't know. I should be able to get through Torment 3. I can't imagine that's going to be too tough, but with the Kridershot and with some cold skills. I re-rolled the Argyle's bracers that I have. I re-rolled an amulet for some cold skills. We got the Frostburns on. I did drop my 4-piece Marauder set in order for me to use the Frostburn gauntlets. So the Frostburn gauntlets, if you did not know, turns the chill effects from like cold damage, for instance, into freezing, or has a chance to, 45% chance actually. And if you're not sure what the Kridershot is, let's take a look at that here really quick then too. It turns Elemental Arrow, which is normally a hatred spender, into basically a hatred generator. It generates 4 hatred when you use it, so you can sit there and spam Elemental Arrow until the cows come home without any hatred loss. So yeah, just a quick build run through. Kind of a weird, strange build, but since it's Torment 3, it should be a little bit easier, and so I can use fun things like maybe Sentry and Vengeance and stuff like that. I'm using Cull the Weak, of course, because the cold damage on the Elemental Arrow using the Frost Arrow rune actually slows them, and so I'll get an extra 20% boost on that. And then, you guys can see the rest, but this isn't really a build video. This is just kind of a rift run through. But feel free to pause it, check out the actual build itself, and stop by the stream if you have any questions about anything or any other recommendations that I might have. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So again, Torment 3 rift here. And I got my transmog for the Raven Wing. So don't be confused. That's not actually what the Kridershot looks like. I'm running about 900,000 damage with quite a bit of, oh boy. I'm really not sure how this is going to go. I have not gotten the chance to mess around with this a whole lot, so this is going to be pretty interesting. It's going to take a little getting used to actually using the Sentry as well. I've not gotten a chance to use Sentry a whole lot. Mark for Death is going to be kind of strange too. I can't imagine Torment 3 is going to be too tough. But I guess I'm not going to doubt it. It is definitely not as strong as a Cluster Arrow build, that is for sure. I'm using Steady Aim right now, but maybe I'm not killing them fast enough to continue to use Steady Aim. It just does not seem like the damage is all there. I mean, like, I'm seeing some decent crits, 7 million, 8 million, stuff like that. Gosh, that really should be enough, right? Oh, oops. I did not mean to vault right into you. Excuse me, Shrieking Terrors. Alright, well, the damage is kind of there so far. Oh god, get me out of here. Oh yeah, forgot, I went with Tumble. Or, Vault. Thank goodness. Well, I thought this might be kind of fun to use like a completely different build. I think we sometimes get distracted, especially those of us that watch a lot of streams and stuff like that. We get distracted with, like, the builds that, like, the pros are using. I mean, there aren't really any, Diablo 3 pros, but, the full-time streamers and stuff like that, like the builds that they're using, like the overpowered, have all the best item builds that they're using. And we kind of, I think, miss out on some fun builds just because they're not like the really popular ones. And so I thought this might be kind of fun. The other, like, kind of type of thinking that we really, I think, get stuck in is this idea that, like, if you're not doing Torment 6 on farm, then you're wasting your time. You know, it has to be like the most efficient thing in the world. I hear efficiency talk so much. People just drop that. It has to be efficient. This is the most efficient way to do this. This is the most efficient way to do that. What about the most fun? I think that might be one of the reasons that some people get burnt out on this game, is because in order to do like the top content, the content that they want to do, they're not happy just trying it and maybe failing, and so taking it down a level. They have to be doing it, and they have to be doing it super efficiently. It has to be like really quick, efficient, and basically just on farm, or it's not worth doing. And so what they'll do is they'll start farming up items in order to do things super efficiently, and they won't be getting the items right away, and so they get discouraged, and the next thing you know, they're done with the game because RNG sucks. I hear that. Oh my gosh, I hear all sorts of bad stuff about the RNG. RNG is too random. What? But true, like, for those of you who have been to my stream, you know that I really have been struggling with drops lately, especially on my Crusader and also my Witch Doctor. And so I know what it's like. I don't always get like awesome items. Like I've played, I think my Crusader, I played him for like a week. Played my Witch Doctor for like probably about a week too, and I did not have very much luck at all. In fact, look at some of my videos. You'll see what sort of luck I had. The only set items I got were set items for other classes. That was my luck. And yeah, it's totally frustrating. Do not get me wrong. I agree. It is frustrating not getting the items that you really want. However, I think what everyone misses is if they got the items that they really wanted so quickly, in a week, in the first week, you got the Marauders 6-piece set, you know, in like 1 or even 2 weeks, you'd be done with the game. Yeah, you might be able to do like Torment 6 and have it on farm, as they say, but you'd be done with the game in no time. And so I don't think that's really worth it then. I think Diablo 3 is awesome because I love the look of it. I love the combat. It's so fluid. The characters look really cool. The skills, they look and they play really cool. And that's the game to me. Like, that's what's really fun about it, is, you know, it's the look and the feel of combat and experimenting with different builds and stuff like that too. And so I want it to stay interesting, you know. I want there to be things for me to do on my Demon Hunter, which I really enjoy. Oh, 1 second here. Let me use my Nemesis bracers. And so, as frustrating as it can be not getting the items that you really want, in the end, it's kind of better. It's better that it takes time. Like, Blizzard doesn't want us to get like all the best items on our characters in a week or 2 weeks or maybe even 2 months or 3 months. Who knows, right? But they want it to take time, not because they want to be mean and they want to be like bullies about it. It's like, no, you don't deserve this. You haven't played this game enough to get the really good items. No. They want you to like have goals, and they want them to take time so that when you achieve them, it feels really good. Like, you feel like, oh my god, I put in so much game time and I finally got this. And it's awesome. It took me into Torment 6 now, or it took me into Torment 5 or Torment 3, whatever it was. It took you into like the next Torment level. Like, that's the feeling that they want you to get, and that would be missing, I think, if you just got all the items right off the bat. You know, I think really kind of like the best case scenario is someone has to. Oops, I keep vaulting around because I keep forgetting that I even have vault. I think like the best case scenario is someone spends like, I don't know, like a week per Torment difficulty, right? At least, bare minimum, right? For them to kind of like skill up. I think like that skilling up experience is really what this game is all about. Like, that's the most rewarding thing, is when you can look back and say, man, like a week ago, I was getting smashed in Torment 2. And now, after I found a couple upgrades in Torment 2 and stuff like that, now I'm doing the smashing. Now I'm crushing all this stuff. And now I'm getting really close to actually moving into Torment 3. So you'll be in Torment 3 for a little while, for like a week or 2 weeks, something like that, until you get the right upgrades and stuff. And then you move up into Torment 3. And then, you know, you live through the same thing. And it's like, you keep experiencing like that same feeling of, man, that hard work is finally paid off. Now, what I will say is, when you go a month without finding any upgrades at all, well, number one, I kind of doubt that happens. I mean, even on my Crusader, like, I'm talking as though my Crusader found no upgrades in a week, but that's not true. I did find the weapon that I really wanted, or one of the weapons that I wanted, but there's still like several other weapons out there that I really want. But I did find one really good weapon, and that took me into Torment 3, Torment 4, mostly Torment 3, with like the Blade of Prophecy. And but that's the fun thing about the game, or that's what you really want to be going for, is just repeatedly that same feeling of accomplishment, that same feeling of progress, I suppose. And if they give that all to you within a week or two, you're going to burn out. And if you don't burn out in that week or two, then you're going to burn out really quick once you achieve that level that you're going for, Torment 6. Or you're just going to burn out of the game because you're going to think that it's boring and that there's nothing else to do. Well, hey, I'm in Torment 6, and is this all the game has? Psh, I was done with it in a week. Well, of course you're done with it in a week because maybe RNG was too good to you or something like that, or like that, because that's what you wanted at least. So, anyways, just talking out of my ass there. But I guess my whole point is there really is a lot of talk right now over RNG, and people are really kind of upset with it. And I do understand the frustration. There's nothing wrong with being frustrated with playing for 3 weeks or something and not getting an item that you really want. But at the same time, just think of what that's going to mean once you find it. It's going to be that thing that you sought forever, and then you finally got it, and it's awesome. What there does need to be is some sort of filler loot in there, right? Like, you need to be getting other loot that's good to still kind of keep you interested in stuff. But I think there really is. I mean, like, I don't think anyone can say that they've been playing since release and they have not gotten a single cool or fun item. Say you have a Crusader and you're really going for like a Blade of Prophecy and you don't have it yet. You played since day one. And you're saying, oh my god, this game sucks, I have not gotten, the Blade of Prophecy. What about all the other awesome stuff that you no doubt have gotten? What about that Gerfalcon foot, or whatever it's called, You got one of those. That's someone else's ultimate item, right? So it's not that you're not finding good stuff, you're just not finding like the one item that you want. And the other thing to consider too is there's still a lot of comparison between like, oh, Diablo 2 did this so much better, did RNG so much better, and whatnot. Man, I played Diablo 2 for years. And you know what I never found? The one item that I wanted more than anything else was a Wind Force. I still have never found a Wind Force. Ever. I played that game for years. I found pretty much everything else. Never found a Wind Force. The only way that I got one was eventually trading, right? And that was so much less satisfying. So much less satisfying. Just having to trade for one, right? But, I don't know. I think it's the same sort of thing. I don't think Diablo 3 does it any worse than Diablo 2 did, or Diablo 2 did it any better. I think it's actually pretty similar. And as frustrating as that was never getting the Wind Force, the fact was I was getting all sorts of really cool items that were making up for it. I was getting stuff for, my Paladin or my Barbarian, and although I was not getting the Wind Force, it kept me going, it kept me farming, it kept me killing stuff, and in the meantime I was getting all sorts of other really cool loot. So I guess my main point with that is don't get distracted by what you're not getting. Have fun with what you are getting, because the fact is there are a lot of really cool items in this game. And you're getting them. You are totally getting them. No one has such bad luck that they have not gotten a single cool legendary in this game. So it's so easy to to get distracted and frustrated about everything that you're not getting. But definitely try not to overlook all the cool stuff you are getting. Well, I don't know. This was kind of fun with the Kridershot. It certainly is nothing close to my Natalia's Slayer. I will definitely say that. But it is kind of fun. I think especially if I got used to the build, because Seriously, I'm just hitting so many buttons right now, and they're all the wrong ones. The thing is, though, the damage is so much less than cluster arrow, and I think that's really what it comes from. Is it's not the gear. I mean, I'm sitting at 917,000 damage. I have, let's see, 48% plus, so 48, 50, 57, right? No, 67% cold skills, if I did my math right there. That's significant. That should definitely be enough, right? However, I think the difference is Elemental Arrow does 330% weapon damage, and Cluster Arrow with Loaded for Bear, well, let's just see how much that does. I think I went the wrong way here. Cluster Arrow, 770. 770. More than twice as much. That is why it's so noticeably slower, and the damage just seems so much less. But I think that's something that does need to be kind of addressed with the Demon Hunter. Not everything needs to be as overpowered as Cluster Arrow, but you shouldn't have to use Cluster Arrow to do Torment 3 or Torment 4, you know? I don't know. I don't have the best gear right now, but I don't know. It's not half bad either. I mean, I got 2 pieces of Marauder set. I got the 3-piece Natalia set bonus. I got 2-piece Augiled set. I got Harrington Waistguard. I got a Stone of Jordan. I got a Kridershot. I mean, a Kridershot is one of the most, it's one of the rarest bows in the game. I think when you get that, you should be wrecking some face. Definitely. And while I am killing stuff, I'm doing some okay damage. I think just the way that the skills work makes it not near as good as Cluster Arrow. I mean, again, the items are fine. I could probably switch my build to Cluster Arrow, even using the Kridershot, and just go through this way faster. So, but I mean, like I said in the beginning, it's not all about efficiency or anything like that. Sometimes it's just about fun, and this was definitely fun using Elemental Arrow. I mean, it's definitely a different game when I don't have my whole Marauders set of pets out here to protect me, and I'm forced to rely on like my slows, and I'm forced to rely on like Vault more and stuff like that. So I don't know, so far pretty fun, but yeah, let's go ahead and gamble and see if we get anything from Kadala. I'm still going for a Calamity. So as much fun as the Kridershot was, it's not a long-term item for me. I really want to see if I can get a Calamity yet. Come on, Kadala. Oh, of course not. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be streaming twitch.tv/IamTheMatrix. I'll be streaming tonight, and of course every night, usually around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, although my schedule is going to be changing up a little bit. Check out the actual stream for the schedule. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and have a good night, you guys.